Hi there, welcome to this video. My name is Adam. In this video, I am going to show you how we're getting a consistent 4 to 5 ROAS using TikTok ads and what you guys need to do in order to get similar results. All right, so let's get straight into it. All right, so this is the ad account and let me actually filter it by active and not delivering ad group right here. So we have 4 ad groups right here, and this is a ABO campaign, by the way. And if you don't know what the difference between an ABO and CBO is, then you need to do a lot of learning. All right, just search a random video up or search it up on Google what ABO and CBO is, and then you'll be able to find out what it is. All right, so it's an ABO campaign and it's a small account. As you can see, we've only spent around 5.6K and we've made around close to 30,000 back with an average ROAS of 4.7, which is not that bad actually. That's really, really good. There are so many companies are dreaming to get like even like a 3 ROAS, a 2.5 ROAS. So it's very cool that we're getting a 4.7 ROAS here. And at some days we were even getting like a 10, 15, 20, 25 ROAS, even like a 50 ROAS days, which were insane, right? However, to give you guys a little background about this company, this is a high ticket, they're selling a high ticket product. I'm not going to give out the brand name, but this is a high ticket product. And the AOV that they have is around 150, 200, something around that, right? So it's a bit of a high ticket. It's not your average, skincare product, hair care product for like 30 bucks, 40 bucks, something like that. So this is a bit high ticket, and that's why this ad account is a bit different than normal ad accounts, and I'll explain why as well. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm first going to show you guys the results and show you guys the fluctuations as well and what I mean with that. And then after that, I want to show you guys what we exactly did to make sure that we're getting a 4.7 ROAS, right? So let me actually show you this. I want to go on, I believe it was the 10th of January. I'm not entirely sure. Let's have a look. Yeah, 10th of January was one of those days where we had that crazy fluctuation. So we had a 13.7 ROAS, which is actually nuts. So we've spent 150 pounds and we made back more than 2K, which is actually really, really good. And we can see that this ad group right here, we got close to 30 ROAS. So this ad group only spent how much is it? 50 pounds, and it made back 1.5K, right? Which is actually insane. I think we even have a day where it was even more than that. I think it was it the 12th or the 13th? I'm not exactly sure. So yeah, here we can see that this this ad group had a 64 ROAS, and this ad group alone literally carried the whole campaign, right? Which resulted in us getting a 20 ROAS, which is really, really good. So this ad group right here spent 46 pounds and made back almost close to 3K, which is really, really good. I think it was the 13th. I'm not entirely sure. Let's have a look together. Okay, no, then it was the 12th. So that was probably the one that I was looking for. So yeah, indeed. So as you can see, we had a 65 ROAS here, which is ridiculous. The reason why this is happening is don't expect to get this for your own account. Like I said, this is a high ticket product that they're selling, so it's completely different. So with smaller AOVs, with lower AOVs, it's a bit different. You can't expect to get a 64 ROAS. This is only possible if you're selling a high ticket product. And if someone is telling you, saying, hey, look, high ticket products are not working using TikTok ads, well, they have no clue what they're talking about, because it indeed does work very, very well. Let me show you the first week of January as well, because I believe first week of January was actually all right. Yeah, first week of January, we were sitting on a 4 ROAS. The second week, I think, yeah, close to 6 ROAS. So overall, this account is doing very, very well. Now, I'm going to go over to my PowerPoint slide, and I want to show you guys exactly what the reason is why we're getting such high ROAS and how we're able to maintain this on the long run. Like, obviously in the future, I'm gonna, try my best to make a new video, guys, showcasing this same ad account while scaling. So at the moment, we're not even spending that much. It's how much? It's only 6K that we're spending at the moment, so it's not even that much, right? So we're only spending like close to what, 7-8K a month with this ad account, so it's not even that much. What I'm planning to do is I'll make a new video in a few weeks, maybe even like a month or two, showcasing the same ad account and showcasing you guys how we are actually spending like 40K, 50K a month, and then maintaining like a 3, 4, 5 ROAS. All right, so that would be very interesting. If you want to see that, make sure to subscribe to this channel and like the video as well. So, all right, so let's get straight to my PowerPoint slide. All right, so how to run TikTok ads in 2023. This is a PowerPoint slide that I prepared for you guys, so let's get straight into it. So this is what I'm going to showcase you guys in this PowerPoint. So the creatives, what kind of creatives are we using? How are we creating the creatives? What kind of hooks are we using inside those creatives? How we're sourcing it? You know, how often do we get creatives? How we do our media buying when it comes to this pixel, because this ad account, you know, they were not running any TikTok ads before, right? So I'm going to show you guys the strategy behind it that we used, and also how we're doing creative analysis. All right, and then basically you'll be able to know how to, you know, start with TikTok ads profitably. All right, so let's get straight into it. So the creatives is so important when it comes to TikTok ads. TikTok ads success is literally 90% of TikTok ads success is literally creative. So you need to have a consistent flow of user generated content coming in specifically made for TikTok ads, because let me put it this way. If you have, let's say, a Facebook ad creative that's working very well for, you know, for Facebook, and you're trying it for TikTok, you may, you know, actually see that it's not working for TikTok. And this is something that a lot of people see happening. Reason for that is TikTok is completely different than Facebook. People on TikTok have a complete different attention span. People on TikTok have a complete different pattern, you know, buying pattern, we call that, right? Complete different, you know, going from complete stranger to actually someone that's aware of your company, aware of your brand, aware of your product, aware of your problem, and actually goes ahead and purchases your product, right? The whole customer journey is a bit different on TikTok. So creatives are incredibly important. So you need to have UGC specifically made for TikTok ads. And if that's not the case, if you're using static image ads, Facebook creatives on TikTok, you're simply not going to succeed. Even if you're getting good results initially, it will die out very quickly, because, you know, I'll actually tell that in the creative frequency section. But that's it when it comes to creatives. Very important. Make sure to structure your creatives very well. And when it comes to TikTok, only use UGCs. I wouldn't even try and do static image ads. All right, only get UGCs done. And how I would create the UGCs if I were you guys, and this is how we do it as well, is segment your clips of the UGCs in, let's say, 7 parts, 8 parts, 9 parts. So the first part could be, just to give you an example, is you could first have the hook. You could have, for example, the field solution, and then you could have the desired results, and then you can have a demo, and then something else, you know, compared to a different product, and then, you know, the offer, for example. This way you'll have, you know, a lot of different clips, and then let's say when you analyze your creative and you see that the first part of your clip is not working, you can, you know, switch the hook with, for example, the field solution, or the hook with the desired results, and then maybe have a better click-through rate, a better time-stop ratio, right? But I'll get into that in the different section of the PowerPoint. So that's when it comes to creative. With Facebook, a bit of salesy, offer-based works very well. On TikTok, it's a bit different. You need to make the creative, you know, native to TikTok ads platform, right? So what do I mean with that? If you're going on TikTok, what do you see? You see people dancing, you see people making memes, you see people, you know, saying, hey, part 23 of, you know, doing this XYZ, right? So those are actually hooks that you could use yourself as well. And hooks are something that I'm going to get into as well. So with TikTok, you need to create creatives that don't sound like an ad, right? On Facebook, it doesn't really matter that much. Even if you're like offer based and a bit salesy, it can still work on Facebook, but that is not going to work on TikTok. All right, so let me get actually into creative hooks. So creative hooks are the bread and butter of TikTok. Without them, you will have terrible time-stop ratios, which means less views, less clicks, less conversions. So here are the type of hooks that you should be using when it comes to TikTok. So problem-solving hooks is actually one of my favorite ones. So a very cool example that I always like to use, because, you know, I love working with skincare companies as, you know, as a marketer. So if you have dark eye bags, then watch this. Or this is how I got rid of my dark eye bags, right? You see how that is like problem based. So this is literally striking a nerve to people that have a problem, which is having dark eye bags. So if I have dark eye bags, which I actually do, and I'm scrolling on TikTok and I hear someone saying, if you have dark eye bags, then watch this. See how that speaks directly to me, right? I'm more intrigued to watch that creative and then actually click on it if it actually solves that problem, which I have. Right? So that is problem solving hooks. And then you have trending hooks. Those two different hooks are my favorite ones. So what are trending hooks? Trending hooks are, you know, like I actually mentioned before. So hooks that have been used quite often on TikTok that's been going viral at the moment. So like I said, part 22 of XYZ, part 22 of keeping my boyfriend busy, and then maybe it's a product that keeps your boyfriend busy, right? Or part 22 of transforming my room, part 22 of transforming my skin, something like that, right? So those are trending hooks. So you need to be very active on TikTok, see what people are using, see what's going viral organically, right? And try to replicate that hook with your own creative. So those two type of creatives are my favorite type of creatives that you could use. Honestly, there are, obviously there are different type of hooks as well. You have seasonal hooks, for example. So let's say Christmas is coming. Let's say it's Valentine's Day, which actually it's almost Valentine's Day in like 3 weeks, right? Which is something I don't do, by the way. So let's say you have Valentine's Day, right? You could cater your product, your hook towards Valentine's Day. So part 22 of the best Valentine's Day that you can find online, for example, that could be a seasonal hook, or the best Valentine product that you can buy for your boyfriend, for your girlfriend. You see how that is a different seasonal hook. So now you have a problem solving hook, you have a trending hook, and you have a seasonal hook, right? So those are 3 different hooks that you can use. But like I said, problem solving and trending hooks are my favorite ones, right? So let's get to sourcing creative. So how do you go about creating creatives, right? Creating UGCs. You may be thinking like, hey, Adam, look, you're talking about creatives, you're talking about UGCs, native to the platform, blah, 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 right? Which I completely understand. But how do I source these creatives? How do I create them? Where do I create them? Where do I find people? Where do I get creators and actually create those UGC content? Now, it's actually really, really simple. Now, the first option here is you could use a third-party platform like Billo. Now, Billo is actually, let me actually open that for you guys. Let's go to Billo, billo.app. So this is Billo. What Billo is a creator marketplace / platform where you guys can get creatives done. And it's a very cool company. I've worked with Billo personally myself as well, for my own companies and for our clients as well, back in the day. I'll explain what I mean with back in the day. But what Billo is, basically you create an account here, right? Think of Billo as a marketplace. So you create an account here, and you make a sort of like a job post saying, hey, we're company XYZ. We're looking for a female creator between this age that is willing to create UGC content for our skincare products, for example, right? And then creators will actually go ahead and reply to your job post. And then from there, you'll be able to pick up the ones that you think is a good fit, because, before actually hiring them, you will have video examples of them. So you can have a see if they, have the vibe that you guys are looking for, if, he or she, fits your brand image and stuff like that. And then based on that, you can actually go ahead and hire that person, right? So that's Billo. And then let me go back to my PowerPoint, and then you can use Incense as well. Incense is the same as Billo. So let me open that too. Incense. So in my opinion, Incense is a bit better than Billo. Reason being, with Incense, it's the complete same as Billo, but it's a bit better. And the reason why I'm saying a bit better, because with Incense, you have direct contact with the creators, which is one thing that Billo doesn't tell you. With Billo, if you create an account, you don't have direct contact with the creator. So it's a bit of back and forth here and there. They will send you the UGCs, and maybe they have pronounced something wrong. Maybe they've pronounced your brand name wrong, which you don't like. And then you'll have to, go back and forth, right? Whereas with Incense, you'll have direct contact with the creative. So if you were to get started, honestly, I would create an account at both of them. Maybe you'll get a cheaper, a better deal here at Billo. Maybe, you'll get a discount or something like that. You'll find a creator that suits your brand image better. Then yeah, go ahead, work with Billo. But honestly, I would advise you guys to work with Incense. You will have direct contact with the creator. You can have a look at their Instagram, at their TikTok, at their recent videos, and then, talk with them directly, which is always much, much, much better, right? So that's another way to get UGC content done. And one thing that a lot of people don't use is Twitter. Twitter is amazing when it comes to UGC creators. So all you would have to do is, let me actually go to twitter.com. So all you have to do is just go to Twitter, and from here, let me actually hide that. And from here, you just have to write in UGC content creator, for example. look, and already right here, Diana is actually a UGC content creator. So I can go ahead and click on view all and have so many people that are UGC content creator here. So this person is a UGC content creator. This person is a UGC content creator, UGC content creator. So now I have a list of UGC content creators literally in front of me in 2 seconds. So don't sleep on this. Twitter is amazing. And, at some scenarios, this may be even a better option than Incense because these people may have a much cheaper price compared to Incense or Billo, right? So don't forget about this one. And then the other one is obviously getting someone in-house. If you're a company, if you have inventory, you're a bigger company, you could get someone in-house by, posting a job post on Indeed, Upwork, and stuff like that. However, there's one downside to that. The downside is that you will use the same face over and over and over again. So ideally, especially when it comes to TikTok ads, you want to have different faces. You want to have social proof. You don't want to have one face that represents your whole ad library when it comes to TikTok ads, right? So you need to have different faces. If your audience sees the same face over and over again, they may actually, get irritated by that, or they may actually get annoyed by that, right? So you need to have different faces. So if you do decide to get someone in-house, get them part-time and get at least like 3-4 people and let them all work part-time, only 1 day or 2 days, and then within those 1 or 2 days they can create a bunch of UGCs, right? That is also an option. And the fourth option is obviously to ask your own circle, because you may never know. There may be a friend that is in need money, there may be someone in your family that needs money, or is actually open to this, right? You never know. So ask your circle as well. Maybe there's someone that is willing to create UGCs for you as well. And then, you'll actually have someone cool to work with, because since you know that person already, and you'll be able to help that person out as well. So never underestimate your own circle. All right. So let's get to creatives frequency. Really important. So TikTok is very quick. You need to move very quick. All right. It's not like Facebook. You can have one winning creative and another one for 5-6 months. With TikTok, what I've experienced myself is creatives tend to die out very quickly. So this is basically what we call creative fatigue, which is actually a real thing. So you can't expect, like I said, have good results with very less UGCs, right? So you need to have a consistent flow of user-generated content, like I said earlier as well. So a good baseline, what I always say, is have at least 15 unique UGCs every single month. All right. And the reason why I'm saying unique UGCs is because you'll be able to make different iterations. So let's say you have 15 iterations. So let's say you have 15 UGCs, right? But if you do it the way that I told you, by segmenting the UGCs in different clips, let's say you're analyzing your creatives, and you see that the hook rate, the thumbs up ratio is not good with the first UGC, right? Then you'll be able to go ahead and edit that UGC and switch the hook with, for example, the desired results. And then this way, maybe you'll have better results, right? This way, it's actually a different iteration, a different creative all in itself, right? So that's why I say unique UGC content, right? And a good rule of thumb, like I said, is 15 UGCs every single month. If you have a minimum of 15 UGCs every single month, you will definitely get some very, very, very good results. All right. So let's get to media buying. How do you actually go about strategy? How do you go about, the settings in the ads manager? What do you exactly need to do in order to get these results that I showed you earlier? So I'm going to explain here something that probably not a lot of YouTubers talk about, because if you go to any other YouTube video about TikTok ads, most of them will tell you, go ahead, make a CBO campaign, optimize for complete payment, and that's it. Use broad targeting, and that's it, right? In some scenarios, that can work indeed. I'm not going to say that is something bad to do. It can definitely work, but the way how we do it and the way how we are able to maintain high ROAS consistently on the long run is by doing it a bit differently. So TikTok works a bit different than Facebook. So what is also very important with TikTok is you need to be very patient, especially if you have a no pixel that has no data. So before we get into it, you need to learn the meaning of the following metrics: ACO, automatic creative optimization; ad group, which is basically ad sets, just like Facebook; and complete payment is basically conversions, just like Facebook, right? So how do you actually go about it? So we prefer to use ACO almost 90% of the time, especially in the beginning with a no pixel. Let, you know, TikTok and the AI do all the work. You don't want to do everything yourself because the AI is much smarter than you, all right? ACO, like I said earlier, is automatic creative optimization. Simply explained, let's say you have 10 creatives. You would put them in one ACO ad group. Ad group stands for ad set, and the TikTok algorithm will use the most money towards the creative that it thinks it will work the best for you. By the way, always do manual placement and select TikTok only, and also turn off target expansion. So let me show you what I mean with that. So I'm in the ad account again. So let me actually open this one and let me go to edit. So as you can see here, we're optimizing this one for complete payment, and when it comes to placement, we're only selecting TikTok here. Don't select Pangle or something else. It's just stupid. Just select TikTok, right? And what's very important here as well, let me actually scroll down. Target expansion. If you have a no pixel, don't turn this on. If you have a seasoned pixel, then go ahead. You can use and, you know, experiment with target expansion, all right? But if you're starting out, you have no data, turn this off, all right? So that's very important. Those two things, very important. Don't forget it. All right, and this is the structure that you should be using. So you ideally, what I always advise people to do and companies to do when it comes to paid media, when it comes to TikTok specifically, is run an ABO campaign. I know a lot of YouTubers will say run a CBO campaign, it just works much better. But in my experience, and as you've seen with the results that I just shared with you, ABO campaigns in the beginning, specifically with new pixels, tend to work much better. So start an ABO campaign and select web convergence, but use ACO ad groups, and within the ad group optimize for add to cart. And your optimization event should be add to cart within the ad group, and your optimization goal should be conversion. So let me show you what I mean with that. All right, let me actually go over here. Let me actually click on edit here so you can see what I mean. So when you're creating the campaign, click on website conversions, right? And then let's actually go to, say, for example, and then let's go back to the ad group. Let's go to edit here again. And then once you're in the ad group, the optimization event, like I said earlier, should be, you know, the event that you're trying to optimize for, which in this scenario here is add to cart, right? And then that's basically what I mean with that, all right? So never forget that. So don't get that twisted, all right? And the reason why we put the event optimization to add to cart is because we are a new pixel, and if we're trying to go to complete payment right away, you will quickly see that it will underperform unless you get lucky and you get, you know, a decent amount of impulse buys, right? Which could happen if you have a low average order value. However, if you do tend to run a campaign, an ABO campaign, CBO campaign with complete payment right away with a new pixel, it's going to be very hard for you to keep up because you have no data. The AI doesn't know, the algorithm doesn't know who and what to target. So it's going to be very hard for you to remain profitable. So if you have a good website, you have a good offer, a good product, and you know that for a fact because maybe it's working on Facebook ads and you're trying to do TikTok ads and you're optimized for complete payment right away, and you see that it's not working and you're like, hey, why is this not working? My landing page is good, my product is good, I'm doing something wrong. Well, this is basically what you're doing wrong. You need to optimize for add to cart, because let me show you why here. So as you can see right here, we have an add to cart ad group, we have a complete payment ad group, and we have initiate checkout ad group, right? And we can see that the add to cart ad group is actually outperforming the complete payment as well as the initiate checkout. And we can also see that the initiate checkout is outperforming complete payment as well. So imagine if I didn't run add to cart, right? I would only have the complete payments and I wouldn't have any active data that would feed the complete payment, if that makes sense, right? So before I was running this complete payment, I was only running, I initially started with add to cart. So once I, got some good results coming in, once I saw some purchases coming in, some add to cart coming, that's when I decided to duplicate that ad group and then, run it for initiate checkout. And then I, let that run for a few days, 3 to 4 days, and then I saw a decent amount of, initiate checkout coming in. I even saw some purchases in the beginning coming in, and we were even profitable like the very first few days already. And once those data was coming in, that's when I duplicated initiate checkout ad group and started running for complete payment, right? And as you can see right now, add to cart is still outperforming and initiate checkout is still outperforming complete payment as well. Let me actually, so yeah, this is complete from the 1st of January to 28th. So this is very important, and this is something that you will probably not see many YouTubers talk about, because it's either one, they want to keep this as a secret for themselves, or two, they just simply don't know about it, which I wouldn't blame them, right? So yeah, try to run this for yourself, especially if you have a no pixel. If it's a seasoned pixel, you don't really have to run for add to carts, right? Because you have enough data, so there's no need to do this, right? But in the beginning, I really advise you guys to do this. All right. So very important. It's very important. So once we have a good amount of add to cart data, you will also realize that you will start to get some purchases, which is really good. Sometimes even your add to cart ad group will have very good ROAS, like I showed you in the ad account, right? So once we have enough add to cart data, like I said, we can then go ahead and duplicate the ad group, and this time put the event optimization to initiate checkout. Let that run for 3 to 4 days, and you will start to see a decent amount of initiate checkout coming in. Plus, you will see some sales coming in as well. And for your information, initiate checkout does, like I said before, outperform complete payment as well, right? So don't be surprised if you have a positive ROAS when it comes to your initiate checkout as well as add to cart ad group. And once we have enough data from our initiate checkout and add to cart, like I said, then we will go ahead and duplicate it and run for complete payment, which is very important, right? So now you'll finally be able to optimize for complete payment, which is the ideal target, the final destination that we're going towards, right? And you will start to see some results coming in pretty quickly because you have all the data. You have enough at the cards, you actually have some conversions, and you actually have a lot of initiate checkouts as well. And the good rule of thumb of testing is let it run for 3 to 4 days. Don't panic. Don't be like, hey, it's been 2 days, I'm seeing no results, nothing. Don't panic. TikTok is a slow process, but once it picks up, it really picks up. All right. So don't make any adjustments and look at the metrics like add to cart, initiate checkout, purchases, and purchase value. And based on that, you can make your decision. Obviously, have a look at cost per click, CPMs as well. Very important. And click-through rate. And if you have followed everything that I have said in, during this whole video, you will get a positive ROI. All right. So after this comes scaling. Scaling is completely different and a bit strategic. So I'm going to make a complete different video for that. So make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn that bell notification on so you don't miss that. All right. So I'll make a video about it. Don't worry about it. So creative analysis. Very important. I'm going to make a separate video about creative analysis as well, because if I were to do the creative analysis just for this video will turn into like a 2 hours, 3 hours long video. All right. So I want to keep it a bit short and straightforward. So creative analysis is a long topic to talk about, like I just mentioned here. So I'm going to keep this very short. Look at the following metrics: impressions, 2-second video views, 25% video views, 50% video views, 75% video views, 100% video views, average watch time per person, and click-through rate. So it's actually pretty straightforward. If you have a bad click-through rate, it means you have a bad call to action. If you have a bad 2-second video views, it means you have a bad hook. So a bad 25, 50, 75% video views is, not appealing or interesting enough. So this could be your demo, right? The section where you talk about your demo, about the product, the benefits or key stuff about your products, right? Maybe that's a bit too boring. So try to maybe make it a bit funnier so people don't actually go ahead and scroll down, right? So you need to make it a bit appealing and more interesting, all right? And basically at our agency, we use a software called Motion. Motion is amazing. It's a software that is made to analyze creative. So it's a paid platform, but you can still use the Ads Manager itself with the given metrics that I've given, right? Let me show you guys Motion before I end this video as well. So Motion, let's go to that, motionapp.com. Amazing software, and I really recommend you're using this as well if you're really serious when it comes to creative analysis, right? So basically what Motion does is, let me log in. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek, right? I actually wanted to keep this for the next video, but I'm okay with giving you guys a little sneak peek here. All right, so I basically logged in into one of my accounts, and from here, I literally have different sections here. So I have a few one for Facebook, and I have a few sections for TikTok, right? Let's go to video iteration. Now we can have a look at the creatives and compare the click-through rate with the 2-second view, right? The thumbs up ratio, basically. So we can see that this, for example, has a 50% thumbs up ratio, which is actually not that bad. And it has a close to 1.6% click-through rate, which is actually really good on TikTok, right? And this one is actually really good. This one has a 57% thumbs up ratio. So basically what this means is that probably this hook that we're using with this creative is actually really good, since it has a 57% thumbs up ratio. So people are actually stopping with scrolling, right? So the hook is very good with this one. Even this one has a 65% thumbs up ratio. So this one is a winner, definitely. And a good rule of thumb is to, have at least above like 40%. If it's below 40, then probably you don't have a really good hook. So that's one thing you need to have a look at. So the way how I use motion myself to make sure to make adjustments to the hooks is I will have a look at the click-through rate and the thumbs up ratio. If the thumbs up ratio is low, obviously it means we need to do something. We need to have a look at other clips, other thumbs up ratios that are actually high. So this one is high. Maybe the next time I will compare this hook with this call to action that we've used here, and this time maybe we'll have a better creative, right? A better winner creative, right? And as you can see, we're doing everything based on data. We're not doing any guesswork. Everything is based on data. All right, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to leave a like and a comment down below and subscribe as well, because in my next video, well, not my next video, but one of the upcoming videos, I'm going to do something very cool. So obviously I'm the founder and owner of Atlas Advertising. We work with multiple e-commerce companies. And what I'm planning to do is, if we have a new client that has never run any TikTok ads, I am thinking of sharing the whole process. So setting up the ad account, running the first initial campaigns, analyzing the data, and then scaling that account to 50K, 100K, 200K a month, and even more than that. So I'm willing to share the complete process with you guys. All right. So make sure to subscribe down below. And make sure to turn on that notification as well, so you don't miss that video. All right. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. And on that note, I wish you an amazing day. Take care. Bye bye.